in order for you to have a big break, you remember years ago, the Jamaica Lottery Company, they had a slogan that says, if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. In order for you to experience something big, you have to get in the game. You have to make sure you figure out what it is you need to do in order to to partake of that big break that you're looking for. All right. So tonight we're gonna talk about 10 non-negotiable things that you must practice, and it's non-negotiable. You wanna do well in Vida, you wanna be successful. These are some of the things that you're gonna have to practice. All right. I must also warn you that 3% of every 100 is going to do what it takes to make it happen. The other 97% may just ride on the waves. So the first thing we want to talk about in understanding 10 non-negotiable business practices is that we must place an initial order for the month in the first week. It's best to place your order for the first week. And let me tell you why. Not everybody, I understand, will have set themselves up to be able to financially take care of that within the first 7 days. If you just got in, it may take you a while to catch up, and that's fine. You get from Vida Divina 30 days, 31 for some months, but 30 days to make that happen. As best as you can, what we normally tell people is you get in Vida Divina, you get 18 Ts for those who start at the 135 pack. Let's use that one for simplifying things. You start at the 135 pack, you get 18 Ts. You want to ensure that you sell the first 8 Ts. Guys, when you sell the first 8 Ts, I want you to understand something. That money is not yours. That's your business money that was yours, and you took it and invested it in Vida Divina. So your first 8T money, you sell that. You use that to recover for the investment that you made initially. If you start out at the 340 pack, when you sell your first 18 Ts, that's the business money. So then you have two choices. You can either use that to reorder and double up your earnings so that you can grow your business bigger now. For example, you weren't able to start at the entrepreneur level, but you were able to sell off the first 18 Ts, having started at the 340 level. Or if you came in at the 135 level, then guess what? Which is the starter kit. You will now have earned the money back from selling the first 8 Ts. Once that is so, guess what? Put down that money. Put down that money so that you can use now to either take care of your next month's order, all right? Or you can use that money to double up your order. So you don't have to wait until the month is finished, you know. That's what I did. I just went right ahead and ordered. In fact, I borrowed some more money. I don't usually talk about this, but I borrowed some more money, put it on that money that I got from the first sale of the first 8 Ts. And then I ordered 36 Ts because I realized, and some of us in here can relate to me, I realized that these Ts were going too fast and I couldn't keep up with the orders. So I had to make sure I was ready. At this point, I can tell you, I rarely have less than 50 something Ts. Why? Because people are coming in. And once people are coming in, I have to make sure that when you hit the ground before your tea gets here, because it takes 2 to 3 weeks for your teas to get here, I am making sure that I'm helping out people with their teas to get started right away until theirs come. And once you start, you'll understand the culture and you'll understand the concept. All right. All right. So that being said, you don't want to miss out on your commission. Let me explain this. Remain active and retain your personal volume within the calendar month. What that means is that your what that means is that you are going to, we don't have a pre-program order in Vida Divina. Some network marketing companies will tell you you have to leave a card on file. They take your credit card, right? And they'll ask you to leave the number on file, right? They'll ask you to leave the number on file and they charge your card monthly until they'll charge a card monthly and cause you to now get orders that you weren't ready for. We don't do that in Vida Divina. What they do is they say, hey, you have a calendar month to excuse me a second, guys. All right, sorry about that. All right, so you want to remain active. What you do in remaining active, you want to ensure that you order your first 120 personal volume, which is a total of 18 teas, which is a total of 3 products. So any 3 products, all right, any 3 products that you want to purchase that will help you to remain active. It can be 18 teas or 3 sets of 6, which is a bundle of tea is actually 6. So when you go on the website, it says one, but it actually is a bundle. So one bundle is 6 teas, and you order one bundle times 3, or you take one bundle, a supplement, and something else. So it can be 6 of the teas, it can be a lean protein shake, all right, and it can also be any of the supplements. That's 3 products. So one product again is either 6 teas, which is a bundle of tea, um, one of the supplements, or the shake, or the liquid gold. And how you get to understand what one product is, it must equivalent to 120 personal volume. And that is any of the products that have at least 40 volume points. So the Sculpt coffee is 40 volume points, but the Tonkat Ali is not 40 volume points. So if you take one Tonkat Ali, one tea, and one supplement, that is not a total of 120 PV, because some of the coffees are 10 points, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that you order exactly what you want. If you want the Tonkat Ali coffee, that's fine, but know that you will, in order to get 40 points, you're gonna have to order 4. All right. Any questions on that? Am I clear on that part? Anybody needs any more clarity on this part? Oh, you have a question? Go ahead, Tamara.
Um, So just for clarity, you're
Mhm.
saying that each month, whatever we purchase from our back office, at minimum, it's supposed to be 120 volume, meaning the points on the product. So when you look at the products, they will have points. So for example, uh, liquid gold, it has 40 points, and it say sleep and ooze, it has 40, so that is basically 80. So we need basically um the matching up to make that to be 120. So whatever we do, we must always ensure that it's at 120 volume points.
Right,
And if we purchase over that, it's good, but at least it must be 120 volume points.
right. Minimum 120. All right.
Mhm.
And once again, anybody not sure or not so clear on this, feel free to post a message in the group. You will be responded to, and you will get the clarity as we move right along. Okay. All right. The next thing is you must become binary qualified within the first 24 to 72 hours of joining. Once again, you must become binary qualified within the first 24 to 72 hours of joining if you want to make sure you have a successful Vida Divina business. What that means is there's a progressive binary, and you can take a screenshot of this. So I'm going to explain what this is. By being binary qualified, right? Once again, by being binary qualified, you, I don't know if you can see my cursor here, you, which is at the top in gold, must be binary, must be active. We just talked about remaining active. So you must have purchased 120 personal volume. And remember, as is said in the presentation, everybody gets the same privilege of becoming active or remaining active by simply purchasing 120 personal volumes, 3 products like we just talked about, or you can have someone purchase on your website. So either you can do it or you get persons to do it, and you get a total of 30 days, 30 calendar days to make it happen. All right. That being said, you must have purchased the 120. You must also sponsored or recruited rather one person on your left and another person on your right. Made a mistake with the number here. So this is your first person on the left and your first person on the right. Sorry guys for the typo. I was in a hurry when I was typing. Right. So again, you at the top, first on the right, sorry, first on the left, first on the right. And because all 3 of you have purchased 120 personal volume, eventually what's going to happen is you would have had all 3 of you being active. That has now unlocked what is called the progressive binary. So when we talked about you earning that 5% extra, the 5% extra for ordering in the first 7 days of the month, what that will do is now allow you to begin to earn that extra 5%. So if you were not binary qualified, you would have still qualified for the extra 5%. But to now earn it, you must unlock the binaries by you here sponsoring two people, one on your left and one on your right. All right. And these are the instructions of how you can benefit from that. Vida Divina will pay you 5 to 25% binary pay based on the lesser volume. All right. Now let me touch on that for a second. You're paid on your weaker leg. I don't know if you've heard it before, but if not, here it goes. You are paid on your weaker leg. So let's say you've been building strong and you came in and you have not become binary qualified, but your upline, which is this person here, has been putting people below you and you're not yet qualified. Vida says if you have a total of, let's say, hold on, let's say you have a total of 5,000 points here, but in order to get paid from those 5,000 points, you must put one person on your left and one on your right. And once you've done that, Vida says, as long as you have at least two people in your downline that you have personally brought in the business, you will now be paid based on the percentage of volumes that you have on the left and on the right. Another thing that we talked about is the check matching bonus, still on the binaries. So let's say this is Jacqueline, right? Jacqueline Kelly. And Jacqueline Kelly came in, she's a heavy hitter and she's doing her thing, she's growing her business and she's gotten to silver. So because Jacqueline brought in Mary and Daniel and also Bob and Albert, and she's now at the silver level, right? You can see what's happening here, right? Um, these are the earnings. When you add them up, these are the earnings. And this is the total that she's earning simply because she's earning 50% in check matching bonus. And what that means is that you have now gotten to silver. And because of the company's policy, you earn 50% check match commission of your personally sponsored independent affiliate, first generation, that is. And it goes down to 7 generations, right? Meaning, let's say Jacqueline would have sponsored Mary and Bob, but argumentatively, Mary actually sponsored Daniel and Bob sponsored Albert. So Albert and Daniel would have been the 2nd generation. So Jacqueline didn't sponsor them, but the persons that Jacqueline sponsored brought those two people in. And that would be the 2nd generation. And it goes down to 7 generations. So you're not just earning 50% on only the person you brought in. It's 50% of those persons, but it trickles down to 7 generations. All right. And you can refer to the compensation plan to get more clarity on that. By the way, I really, really want to implore everybody, you must read the compensation plan. It is your booklet to help you understand how you get paid, how you work the business, and what are the policies and procedures. You have to read the booklet and you have to read the policies and procedures to be able to understand clearly what I'm saying. All right. Now, the third thing you must bear in mind is you must sell 2 products minimum weekly. And that's a total of 8 for the month. We're talking about 360 personal volumes. Must sell 2 products minimum weekly. I say must because it's not that I'm being inconsiderate of people. I really don't think we should be standing up for anything but our multi-million-dollar business that we're a part of. So the idea is to sell 2 products. If you can sell 2 products minimum every week, which is 8 products monthly, you're looking at 360 PV. And that's pretty much easy. We've been doing that. A couple of us have been doing that for a while now. All right. And want to be successful, want to see the binaries get unlocked and want to earn like a silver executive, guess what? You have to do this. If you want to get to silver, this is how it happens. And by 2 products, what I mean is each product, as you can see here, the Divina tea is 6. That's 1 product. Any of the supplement, that's another product. So you can be any of the cheat, it can be the CX90, and it can also be the lean protein shake. You must sell 2 products minimum weekly in order to be able to get to that level. All right. The fourth thing you want to make sure you're getting involved in is you want to make sure that you post daily for profits 5 times per day. Post about your new healthy lifestyle. Post about your family. Post about your life as a whole, not just all about Vida. You know, people need to see stuff. I have to challenge myself because this is something that I'm not used to. I know many of us are not used to it, but social media is where it's at. If you're going to work from home, in the comfort of your home and the privacy of your phone, you have to tap into social media because that's where people hang out. So when you tap into social media, you choose which platform you want. There are tons of social media platforms. There's Instagram, there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, there are tons of them. There's even what's this one called? TikTok, where you can do your videos, and TikTok helps you to edit your videos, by the way. And you can, do short videos, just pick one product, pick a liquid gold and do something, whatever it is. Step out of your comfort zone and do something to make yourself known. And you'll be surprised. A lot of people have made sales from using TikTok alone. Or you can do Facebook. You can tap into different groups and, chat with people. We can show you how to get that done, individually. um the fifth thing you want to make sure you get involved in is decide to be consistent in at least one area of your business: training, recruiting, events, etc. And guys, let me tell you about events. Never miss an event that you're qualified for. So if you're qualified to be on this call this evening, never miss it. If you can't, then I can understand, but never miss an event that you're qualified for. And if you have to miss it, please make the effort to make the effort to try to figure out how you can get the information. Information is key, it's crucial in your growth. All right. So the sixth thing you want to make sure is duplication. We talk about the 5 steps to success when we're doing the presentations, but Armand wanted to make sure that we duplicate. Duplication is key if you want to tap into who you really are. You have to duplicate, guys. You have to duplicate. It's not about you. It's not about just Gerald alone or Crystal alone or Faith or Jacqueline or Tamara. It's never about us, guys. It's always about the network. The key is really the group. See, I want to get to silver, but there's a problem with that, and it's a good problem. I can't get to silver unless I have some apprentice elites below me, unless I have some supervisors below me, unless I have some apprentice. So let me ask you this question: who want to be a supervisor? Because I need to get to silver, and if I want to get to silver, I have to help somebody become a supervisor. And it's not just a rank, but it's actually understanding that you came here to earn something. You came here to have an experience, but from that experience, you're now going to earn because you're going to tell your story to somebody and they're going to want to buy into what you have to offer. You're going to hear somebody's problems, you're going to hear somebody's challenges, and you're going to be able to offer a solution because we have solution based products that work. So, the seventh thing you want to tap into is attend and host events. Never miss an event you're qualified for. There it is again. Attend and host events. So recently, I posted in the group that we got some new challenges and I wanted you guys to start launching. Guys, I am doing a launch call. I do a launch call on the weekends. I stopped doing twice a weekend because I realized that people need to be taught how to work this business effectively. We did say we're going to train you, so I have to make sure I make myself available to do that. But I'm doing a launch calls on the week, and I'm also available to do launch calls for you guys as often as you possibly need me to help you. So is Karen, so is Javon, so is all the leaders. We have to help you guys in order to get to where we need to get to. We can't go alone. We need to bring you with us. So we threw it out in the group for you guys to plan your date. Guys, plan your date for your launch call. If you want to grow in this business, if you want to succeed, if you want to be successful like the top leaders are, you have to do launch calls. And until you get to silver, you have to do your launch calls. So pick a date. Pick a date. Invite about 100 people because out of that 100, you may very well have 5 people get involved in your business. How is that? All right, let me explain how that is. You invite 100, and it's a possibility, and this is statistics, right? You invite 100, and out of the 100, 50 might be interested. Out of the 50 that's interested, maybe 25 show up. From the 25 that shows up, 10 might be interested in signing up, but only 5 have the money. And out of the 5 that have the money, maybe only 2 or so decide that they're going to get started right away. You invited 100, and that's what happens. And lucky are some of us if we get more than that. But the numbers have shown statistically that that's how it works. So you can't just say, okay, I'm inviting 2 people. Because when those 2 people come on the call, they might like what they hear and they take a while. And if they don't get exposed to the product otherwise, remember as well, it takes 7 to 10 exposures for the average person to become totally interested and getting involved in what you're offering. 7 to 10 exposures. Some of us have only exposed our prospects once, some of us twice, and then we give up. I have persons in my team right now who it took me a while to get them involved. It took me a while, but I had to persevere and I had to be patient. And sometimes you have to back off. Sometimes you have to back off and give people space, but don't back off too far. Give them some room. Don't bombard them. Don't be like sharks hunting people. No, we have to build relationships and we lead with love, lead with the product. All right. Plug into the team chats. That's number 8. Plug into the team chats. I've realized this past week quite a large number of persons have joined the team. But what do? We run the risk of not being informed because our schedules are really busy, but we have to make time for a business that we invested our hard-earned money in because we wanted to change the status that we already have to become something better. So I will talk to people from time to time and they don't remember, or for whatever legitimate reason they may not have realized information was put into the group. The chat group is where I communicate with all of you. The chat group is where the leaders will post stuff to help to benefit you guys. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure that you check your WhatsApp messages as often as possible. You want to make sure that as busy as your day gets, find a very, very creative time where you can have your mind focused on looking at the messages that came in. I know it can be overwhelming at times, especially when we have a large number of persons joining the business, which is happening right now. You may see information that duplicates. Once again, I'm going to say if you see something that duplicates, go ahead and delete if it doesn't apply to you because you've seen it already, or clear your memory. I don't know what it is you need to do, but please ensure that you understand the WhatsApp group is where we give you the bulk of the information. Now, if you're not checking it, it means you're not learning as to what's happening. It means you're not investing your time in your business. All right. Commit to personal development. Number 9, at least 30 minutes per day. Personal development gets your mind right. For those of us who are worshiping God and we're Christians, we know when we get up in the morning, the first thing that needs to happen is motivation, dedication to the Bible, reading the scriptures, understanding what God wants for us. For those of us who are not Christians, we have different means of psyching up ourselves. As them saying at the Rastaman camp, hold a medi, hold a deep meditation. And as Albert likes to say, in the morning when he wakes up, the first thing he gets involved in is having that personal mental development. We got to have a PMA, personal mental attitude. We got to make sure that we're personally developing ourselves. I love to play the motivation CDs in my car. I download them and I put all of them on one CD. Most of you who drive with me in my car, you will hear me playing them all the time because I'm constantly reminding myself what I need to do to psych up myself so I can be motivated all the time. All right. You have to make sure you're committing to personal development at least 30 minutes per day. Get your mind in the right place. And if you go on the street and you feel like you don't have the courage to say something to somebody, just remember your why. Have a strong why, guys. Have a strong why you're doing this business. And when you remind yourself why you're doing it, guess what? It will motivate you. The last thing there we have is you need to demand excellence for yourself. Don't settle for mediocrity. Do not accept nothing but the best for yourself. Because if you don't accept the best for yourself, I'm sorry, I can't accept it for you. You have to accept the best for yourself. So demand excellence for yourself. Be a better you than you were before. Now that you're in Vida Divina, become a better you. Become the best version of yourself and never leave room for anything less than what you know you can afford to be. And some of us know that we can be a lot better than we are. We know it. We know that we can wake up a little earlier. We know that we can step forward and talk to that person extra. We know that we haven't gotten enough no's for today. And when you step on the street, challenge yourself. Tell yourself that you're going after 10 no's. So when the next person tell you no, you move on, you cross it off. Okay, I just got 5 no's. I need 5 more. Because you're searching for the yes. It's gonna come, but cross off the no's while you get there and fail your way to success. It's okay to fail because it builds character. All right. So that being said, any questions before we move on? I'm going to touch on another topic, but before we move on, any questions? Any questions? All right. Kenisha. Kenisha, not seeing your last name. I'm trying to ascertain. All right. So, Kenisha, how you convert your prospects into. All right. The question wasn't 100% clear. I'm assuming you're saying converting your prospects into business partners. Is that what it is, Kenisha?
She said yes.
Okay, okay. All right, guys, let me say something. I don't know if everybody is in a position where they can actually interact, but this is not an opportunity overview call where you have to remain quiet and only the presenter talks. I really want to interact with you. All right. I really want to talk with you. I really want to help you. So feel free. If you don't want to unmute your camera, go ahead and unmute your mic. If you want, if you don't want to turn your camera on because of, not being appropriate or whatever, that's fine. But please unmute your mic and talk to me. Let's interact. All right. Let's just do that instead. All right. My screen is a little bit small and I sometimes miss the chat. Thank you, Faith, for helping me to know what's going on. But so Kenisha, how you do that is the best example I'm gonna give to you is this. So let's say you've sold some teas to Faith, right, Kenisha? And Faith likes the tea. She got through to 3 teas so far. One of the things I don't like to do is I don't like to wait until they've completed the detox. Let's say they bought into the complete detox system and they want to do 60s. I don't like to wait until they've done the 60. What I do is from the get-go, I let them know there's a lucrative opportunity associated with this detox tea. And I say to them, persons have diversified their income. Persons have increased their cash flow. Persons have added a side hustle to their regular 9 to 5 because it doesn't take away from your 9 to 5. And I say, hey, they work on the comfort from the comfort of their home. So when they leave work, they can work at home. So you're painting the picture of how lucrative and how possible it is. And then you say to them, do you know anybody else who would be interested in getting the same result that you're getting? And also, Kenisha, you have to make sure that when you sell them the tea, everybody who gets the tea must get everybody must get the meal restriction tip because you're going to use that now to do the follow-up for the tea when they say they are not having the experience that was promised or they're not having the experience that others are having. The next thing you want to do is jump down on the list and cross off all of them as you go along to ensure they're following the steps to get the best results. Once they're getting the result, you ask them if they know anybody who else would be interested in having the same results they're having. And when they tell you who those persons are, you say, great. You take the numbers, you reach out to those persons, and you're making sales. When you make those sales, here's where the big thing happens. You simply say to them, hey, you introduced me to Faith, right? You introduced me to Jean. You introduced me to Maxine. And these persons have all taken 60s. You do the maths and you say, this is how much money I'm making. Now, do you want to make that money or you want me to continue to make it for you? I promise you. Them go tell us that they want to make the money. I can't think of anybody who would say, no, they don't want to make the money. Although it's possible you may have one or two person who say, no man, I'm good. All right, just go and do your thing. I will help you, and that's fine. And some people are kind enough to even post on their status for you, and people will see them posting, think they're affiliates, and they're not, because they're just not interested in being a part of the business. Here's what you can do for that person. You can say to that person, listen, for every 10 T you sell, I'm giving you one. For every 5 T you sell, I give you, you decide what you want to do. But what you're doing is creating an incentive for that person to constantly bring customers to you. And when those customers come, you treat them the exact same way. Duplicate that process and watch what happens. It's gonna change. It's really gonna change. All right. I hope that answers your question. Let me see if there are any more questions.
She said they want to buy, but they're fearful of committing.
They want to buy what? The tea?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I need to talk to Kenisha. Kenisha, can you unmute for a second, please? I don't know if you can. I need to ask you something. Kenisha, can you unmute for a second? In order to answer that last question, I need to be able to talk to you. Not getting a response from her.
She said she cannot talk.
Oh, she cannot. Okay.
Gerald,
Okay. All right. All right.
Gerald,
Yes.
may
Mm. Go ahead,
I?
Tamara.
Okay, okay. So I would just like to say that one of the best ways to actually get them get that interest from them is the exposure and the opportunity calls, because the experts are there. Sometimes we don't know exactly what to say to them, or we might say some things to them, but not in a fulsome way for them to fully grasp what is happening. So I think the best way that we could actually do this is to invite them on the opportunity calls. And then after that, now we could do the follow up and the three-way, and then let the upline help us to do that three-way call, because sometimes, yes, they come on the opportunity calls, but there are still some gray areas, little areas of concern. So that's where now basically you, the upline, gets you to basically walk them through those little shady areas. So she was saying that they're basically fearful. So maybe if there was a three-way call, then some of those concerns could have been addressed. So that's just how I see that one of the ways, she could have maybe dealt with situations like that. Invite them, get them exposed, and then if there's any challenge there, get the upline to kind of wade them through the muddy waters.
Yeah. Thank you, Tamara, for making it a little clearer. I remember when I had last year, I had someone who I recently recruited at the time, and she wanted to get someone interested in the tea, and they were having similar problems, similar concerns. Sorry. So I said to her, why not do a three-way call, as Tamara just mentioned? And I did the three-way call, and in the three-way call, instead of talking about the business opportunity and signing up, I talked about the tea, and then I told her what the 12 herbs were. So your job now, Kenisha, is to understand what the 12 herbs are, and tap into the third party resource. Contact your upline and say, hey, can you help me to close on this sale? I've sold the idea of what the detox can do, but they're still fearful of buying. They're not so sure on some of the questions that they're asking and stuff like that. And they want to be able to get to from 5% to 80%, if not 90, into purchasing this tea. So here's what. Can you do a three-way call with me? Now, the upline will be able to help you to close the sale. Not only will the upline be able to help you to close the sale, but the upline will also help you to get at least 4 to 6 teas sold as a result of that. All right. All right, great. So, Kenisha, I hope that helps, and we can talk more on it if you'd like. You can let me know if we can help you otherwise. But please tap into this third party resource, guys, and it goes for everybody. If you're having difficulty selling your products, and you're having difficulty closing a sale, it doesn't mean you can't close the sale. What it means is that you may need to be a little bit more on the educational side of the product, and you're not sounding as convincing as possible. Your job is not to convince. Your job is not to try to sell as hard as possible. Your job is not to hunt. Your job is not to jump down anybody's throat with your product and say that your product is better than what's out there. Your job, Believe it or not, it's simply this: to understand and educate. And if you can't educate for whatever reason, it doesn't mean the person won't be able to have knowledge of the product. All you do is tap into the third party resource and point to the direction of that third party. It can be a three-way call, it can be your website, and it can also be, other devices and stuff. So, Paylution. This is how we get paid. All right. Before you begin, you must have previously received commissions. Commissions meaning website sales, personal recruits where you sign up in the binary, or team commissions. Okay, guys? Once again, before you begin to sign up for the Paylution card, you must previously receive commissions, website sale, personal recruits, or team commissions. All right. Now let's move on. Step one, your virtual office. You must sign into your virtual office or your back office. All right. Then you scroll down to the back office and you click on e-wallet. If time allows, yes, I think I might have time to be able to show you that. And then I won't be able to go into the Paylution side because you're going to need a personal password to do that. So what we do is we write out an instruction, what you call it, a tutorial, and we show you how to do it. Now, I have successfully done it more than once, like maybe about 4 times. And I know the steps work. And each time it's the same process. So you want to make sure you follow the process as key. It's here now, but it's also going to be posted in the group. All right. So once you are in your virtual office, log on, click on the e-wallet button, which is on the left side, to log into Paylution. After you're in your back office, enter the affiliate number because you're going to get another window that wants you to verify the authenticity for login. Then you enter the affiliate number enter the affiliate number or email. Some people prefer to use email. I prefer to use the affiliate number because it's easier. And then you enter the password that you've chosen, right? Once you're inside, you need to authenticate by answering a security question. It's going to ask you that. And then once you do that, you're well on your way. You alone will have known what security questions you set up and so forth. Uh, then you check the profile settings at the top right hand corner to ensure that the home address listed there is the US address, and so on, and you continue. The instructions are here, guys. It's very, very straightforward because what I did was I wrote it out as I was doing it to make sure that it's authentic, and it happens just as seamless. And you simply follow the instructions here. You can either screenshot it here or you can check it back in the group, and so on and so forth. So in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through all the steps here. And we continue with step 6 to 7. Let me leave it there for a few seconds so you can screenshot it if you don't already have it from the group. All right. Once again, just follow the steps and you will be well on your way. If you're still having challenges, just speak with your upline or get in touch with me and I will be able to iron out any other, hindrances that you might be having in doing the process for your registering for your Paylution. And also one key thing I need to mention, when you're signing up for your Paylution, the address that you're going to put must be the shipping address. It can't be your home address because Vida Divina will not ship the card to your home address. They're going to ship the card to the address that we have on file, which is the shipping address for Shanta McGill. All right. So just bear that in mind. And that's it. All right. Let me move to the next slide. So once you've applied for the card and the card has arrived, bear in mind, guys, if you're a part of the Team Divinity group, only Chris will post the card when it is here in Jamaica. So if it's not here in Jamaica, it will not be posted by Chris. But once he has it, your upline or the person, the leader of your group who is in charge will ensure that your card gets to you on time. And any commissions you've earned, whether it be 1,000, 500, 2,000, it doesn't matter how much commission, none of it is going to be removed until you have activated your card. You personally have activated your card, take it to the machine, swipe it, put in your PIN number, and then take your cash out. Only you alone can do that. So no need to worry that your money will be gone, okay? And then to activate the card, these are the steps. You just follow step 8 and you'll be well on your way to making it happen. I hope you have screenshot this. So let me move on. All right.
Sorry, can you just go back to step 4, 5 again, please? Just a little bit.
All right. Right. So let's talk about the verification procedure. Having spoken with Antoinette, one of the things she's saying is we must watch the video. She specifically created it to help you have a seamless verification procedure done. All right. What you do is you watch the video and follow the example. And it's very simple, guys. I've done it for 2 persons and it has worked. And in addition, let me show you something. I'm gonna stop sharing that for a second. So this is the form that you need to have. I am going to post it in the group again. Anyone who doesn't have it, just wait until I post it, because what's different is, I don't know if you can see when I put the cursor on the field, it's illuminating, because this PDF form is a fillable PDF form. And what that means is you click on the name section and you type the name. So you just go there, put in the information in the PDF. And once you do this, you're gonna save it, and you need to attach this. Once it is filled out, you need to attach it to the email that you're going to be sending. If you're having issues doing it in your back office, where you click on that button in the back office and it is saying you can't verify because you need to provide whatever document that you probably don't have. For example, those of us who do not drive, we do not have a driver's license. The verification will not be completed inside the back office if you do not submit a driver's license. So just watch the video and follow the instructions for those who are having that kind of challenge, and then ensure that you fill out this form. I'm going to be posting it in the group again tonight, so you can download it, have it filled out, and get it ready for that. All right, guys. Um, any questions on that?
I'm not so clear about the driver's license part. Could you repeat that for me, please?
All right. So once again, sorry, Simone, but I am not too versed on the verification process. But what I do know is when you log into your back office, and I can't show it to you because my back office is already verified. So for those of you who are new, yes, you must be verified. But when you click on the verification button, it's gonna ask you to submit some documents. One of those documents it requests is a driver's license. If you do not have a driver's license, then you may not be able to proceed doing the verification directly from that level. And then you follow the rest of instructions that it asks you. All right. So what you do is you watch the video. I'm going to post it in the group again for those of you who may have missed it. So just simply watch the video, guys. And from there, you can follow the instructions. Anything you're not clear on, I'm going to make myself available tonight to try and see if I can as best as possible, help you guys out. But I'm still learning the whole process because they rolled it out last week. So it's not like we who have been here before would have known about it ahead of time. Any other concerns separate and apart from that?
I
Okay.
have a lady who's asking some questions re the supplements.
Mm-hmm.
And when I, gave her the information as to the amount it cost, she's like, for the Ganoderma, I think she said it's for 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and I told her it has 90 capsules in it. So
Mm-hmm.
she is saying that, she doesn't want an entire thing. So what do I do in a situation like this?
Some people have retailed the supplements. I used to retail it, but I've stopped because next thing you know, you buy a supplement, you start retailing it, they want half, and you're stuck with the rest. The truth is, not all of us are going to consume all the supplements. So we'll consume what applies to us. But if you want Ganoderma, I can tell you all our products, and this is how you would bring the information to her, Ricardo. All our products are infused with Ganoderma lucidum. And when you understand what reishi is, it makes better sense to be on the reishi supplement if you're going to start it, because of the many health benefits you're getting. We're talking about heart health, digestive system help. It's helping to support your immune system overall. Why wouldn't someone want that? And then once you paint the value of the benefits to the person, then you definitely move to the next part where it says it's 90 pills you're getting and you only need one per day. That's 3 months supply. And I'm sure those of you who have taken it can attest to the fact that it really is a beneficial supplement, because we're talking about, where is it? I think I have one here. Yeah, 90 pills, 90 supplements, 90 capsules. You take one a day, and it's very beneficial. So what you can do is let them know that they're getting value for their money, judging by the fact that it's actually giving them that many 3 months supply, and they only need to take one a day. It's like taking regular multivitamins, only this is in the form of a medicinal herb. All right,
Okay. Okay.
great. And
I'll
another,
pass the information on.
yeah, another thing too, Ricardo. Once again, guys, any product that you're trying to sell, any product, even the lean protein shake, if you don't understand what to say, it's on your website. But if after saying what you can, which in their eyes may not be enough to get them to the point where they want to purchase, tap into the third party system. Your uplines will be more than capable of helping you. And if your upline can't help who you tap into, then go and find another upline who will help them to close a deal for you.
Of course, of course. As a matter of fact, I just got this message on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
like just now. So I passed on to you.
Great, great, great.
Good.
And nothing is wrong in doing a three-way call, guys. Guys, tap it. Let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I am where I am, me utilize the three-way calls a lot. I let the uplines get tired of me. Because if me not sure how to do something, me I ask who can help me. You understand? Tap into the third-party resource. We have videos, we have a lot of videos for different products. Somebody asks you about something. All right, Ricardo, guess what? I understand you're interested in the Gano. Here's what I can do for you. I have a video. It's not very long, and it's going to explain everything, and it's going to answer all your questions. Can I send it to you? And after you send it to you, I call you, and then we can talk more about it. I promise you, when you call them, there won't be a lot of questions because the video will have answered all your questions. When you get on that
Definitely.
call now, what you need to do is say, hey, Ricardo, so tell me something. Having seen the video, where are you in getting your purchase now? Are you ready to make your purchase now? Or you still have more questions? If you have more questions, let's take them. And you sit and you
Okay.
listen and hear what they have to say. Because they're gonna get ready. They're gonna say, all right, the video will have the third party video would have done everything that you needed to do for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Definitely. All right. I'm going to respond to her in a more,
Right.
So
Okay. And
uh,
also send me a message, Ricardo, to remind me after the call is finished to send you the video on Gano. We have a video on it.
oh
Also,
yes.
guys, in the chat, in the WhatsApp chat, I don't post all these videos in the chat because they can be a lot and they can use up a lot of memory. So what I want you to do, folks, is send me a message if you need those videos. There are quite a few. So if you need them, I'll send them to you. If you don't need them, I'm not going to post them in the group because I don't want it to take up too much space on everybody's phones. And, people can say, boy, I get this already and it'll fill up my memory and stuff. Or you can just simply delete it. But I would prefer to just send it to you directly. Just send me a
Yeah.
message and I'll send them to you.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right, great.
Gerald,
Yes.
Gerald,
Yes, Crystal.
something,
Oh, Tamara,
Gerald,
sorry. Yes, Tamara, go ahead.
in regards to what Mr. Ricardo just asked, in terms of retailing, even though that's not recommended, I realize a number of when I check other person's site and but I realize they're doing that. But if he has a lot of persons who want it, say this one want a 30 and another one want a 30, then so it depends on the market for it. If he has a market for it,
Yeah.
then so you just have to just understand the business. Because
Yeah.
if I just a one person and then them want you pull it to sell them 12. You understand? But if he has a market for it and this one I go want a 20 and that one have a 20, then by all means,
Yeah.
because I realize a lot of persons retail them, but if you have the market, you can do it. But if you just person doesn't want to, no, me just want 5 out of it, then we are gonna do it unless you got to take the rest of them.
And guys, let me thank you, Tamara. Let me explain something to you. When you understand how this works, this state of unity, when you understand how it works, you realize if this chaga or gano is able to give a certain result, or if they take the life supplement with the tea. In fact, Aisha, who is one of our very, very, very studious network marketers in the group, she does a lot of research on the ingredients. And one of the things she says is, don't sell the tea alone. Sell it with the supplements. You want to increase your sales? Tell people what the tea can do, but also tell them if they're looking to, and listen to people. If somebody says, I want to lose 50 pounds, you can't sell them tea alone. They need T and Life or T and Atom, any one of the weight control system. Listen to them, hear what they're saying. What if they want to continue eating meat? You let them know, hey, we have an Ignite. What if they want to go on a vegan diet? Well, guess what? We have Life. When paired with the tea on a vegan diet, they can lose up to a pound a day. Imagine losing 30 pounds for 30 days. That's how you can help. All you have to do is understand and educate. You must understand and educate. Understand what they're looking for and educate them on what you have. One of the things I did was I bought some Tonkat Ali coffee, right? There are 20 sachets in the box. And I realized I can do a promotion and give away one of these, or a promotion that allows me to give away two of these. So if a person buys 60s from me, I give them two coffees, two coffee, 60, two coffee, or 40, one coffee. Some people might say, can I get a sample of the tea? We don't have samples of the tea, but what I can tell you is there's a coffee that gives you performance when you need it. It helps to spice it up in the bedroom. And it's also a coffee that is infused with ginseng and Tonkat Ali root powder. Now, when you compare that and tell them what it does, performance when you need it, plus flushing out your system, cleaning your colon, and the tea alone can help to give you energy when it removes the toxins. What better combination? So you get to move to coffee and you get to sell 60s. All right. And that's mostly for men, of course, and some women will take it on that. But you have a few of the ladies will ask you, what do you have for removing stubborn belly fat? You know, they may have had a child or two, and there's just that fat that's sitting there that they want to get rid of. You recommend the weight control system. We have enough supplements in there. Sell it with the tea. All right. Now we're talking about fast tracking your Vida business. No need to wait until you're doing a Zoom call. All right. All right, let me just save this chat here. All right. No need to wait on a Zoom call. Okay. Become an expert in the shortest time possible. We have a new system. Well, it's not a new system. It's a system that has been working for a while, but we've just revamped it. There's a 4-minute video that goes around that explains the business in a nutshell. So you ask the one question and the two videos. And the one question is, who do you know, wants to lose 5 to 7 pounds off the tummy in a week? When you ask that one question, guess what you do? You said, all right, cool. With a positive answer, you say, I can send you 2 short videos that explains everything. And once you watch the video, I need to hear from you. You need to call me back exactly as you finished it. All right. Do not spam the video through a broadcast message. Do not post it on your timeline on social media. For example, like Facebook. Don't post it on your timeline. You can post it on status. Do not ensure that you follow up with all prospects who watch the video. This is going to give you absolute success. A lot of persons have done it and are having a whale of a time with it. All right. And these are the ways you can screenshot it. Posted it in the group as well, but maybe some persons have missed it. But if you did, here's a chance to get a screenshot of it again. You know, be friendly. Say hi, how are you? And wait for a response. And when you get the response, you can say, it doesn't have to be the exact script, but something similar. I'm currently launching a big business. And you know, I've recently joined forces with some experts, some entrepreneurs who are changing lives globally, you know. And you can say, who do you know? And you proceed with the question. The good thing about it is you don't want to ask a question that is direct. You want to ask a question that allows the person to feel like they can come down to your level. And one of the things that we're encouraged by Eric Warren to do is don't just jump at the person and ask questions. I had a stumble this morning because I was somewhere where I saw this lady that was there and I wanted to approach her, but I was afraid because I didn't know how she was going to take it. And then it's like a voice said, just go for it. So I went and I stuttered because I forgot the whole concept. And I was more concerned about what she's going to respond than how I need to come off. So I forgot to compliment the prospect. What do you want to do? Compliment the prospect. Find something about the person to compliment them on. Because when you compliment somebody, it makes it hard for them to not accept your approach. Sorry, it makes it easier for them to accept your approach. Right? You want to make sure you compliment the prospect. Find something to compliment them on, and then, or you can say something that creates it breaks the ice. maybe a joke or something, and through the laughter you can say, but you know what, I want to ask you something. Can I ask you a question? Who do you know that wants to? And you proceed with whatever the question is. All right. And then you can practice this question here if you want to use it, or you can reword it to suit you. But make sure you start off by saying, who do you know? Or if I were to show you, and then you fill in the blank and so on and so forth. And then this is how you proceed. Once that is done, you share the two videos. What two videos am I talking about? The detox tea video. That's the one that talks about Divina detox tea. And also the 4-minute video that gives the business overview in under 4 minutes. All right. Well, that being said, we